Hi guys, today's a quick video about paper trails and why they're important. So what is a paper trail and why is it important? Now, a paper trail is documented evidence of the communication between yourself and another institution or yourself and another individual. Now, I'm going to give prime examples. I'm just going to speak about the institutions today. So like the NHS, the education system, the police department, Met Police, whatever the weather. And I just feel like documenting everything and keeping everything in emails is very, 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 very important because you just never know. All these departments and institutions and stuff, they're all breaking down. Do you know what I mean? They don't even, a lot of them that work in these public bodies, they don't care about us. Let's just call a spade a spade. Like, there's only 1% of workers where it's like they are passionate about their jobs. They're passionate about healthcare and helping patients and treating patients equally within the NHS system, and they really love their job. But even just like teachers as well, another example, there's only a few that are very good at their job. They're passionate about helping our kids and our kids achieving the best grades and, just being looked after in school and whatever. There's only a small percentage, whereas the rest of them, it's just a paycheck to them. They go work, sign in, sign out, go home. That's all they see it. They see it as a job, and they don't understand the duty of care that they owe us, and they don't understand that responsibility. They don't see things from that aspect. They just see it as a check. So I feel like with us as individuals, it's very important to keep evidence of all the communications, whether it's a big situation or small. It could be something as small as your appointment. You want to document everything, your appointments, your medication, anything that you need, anything that you're requesting. Even when it comes to the school, speaking to teachers, you want to keep everything documented. And I know that it can seem very long sometimes, and the easier option is to talk on the phone because it's just like you have one conversation, the conversation's over. Whereas with typing an email, you have to put thought into it. You have to put thought into what you're writing, but it's really for your best interest and it really protects you. Let's think of an example. Let's say like somebody loses their life, or someone like a family member loses their life. If you know that that family member has lost their life, or yourself, or something has gone wrong with, your health or something, God forbid, yeah? At least everything is documented and you can prove it if you need to. If you're just talking on the phone to the health professionals and to this hospital and that hospital, and you're just on the phone all the time, how are you going to prove anything? Do you know what I mean? They're definitely not going to own up to it or prove anything. And HR definitely is not going to help us. Sorry, human resources, they always want to make it like, oh, HR is for us. HR is to help us. No. When it comes to every company, they're going to protect themselves. They're never, ever going to admit their wrongs unless you have proof to prove that they're wrong and you go through the whole legal procedure and so forth. That's the only time that they will admit their wrongs, you know what I mean? And that's just how it is. That's how life is. And this is something that I've learned in the past few years. So it's something that I've spoken about on my TikTok live before to help others. And it's just something that I'm going to always reinforce and remind you guys. Don't be lazy. Even now we have AI, there's no reason to be lazy. Do you know what I mean? If you actually think about it, you can put like a little template in ChatGPT and it will fix up a proper email for you. So you have even more of, like, you don't have any excuses, but you want to protect yourself, man, because there's so much things that go on. There's so much things that happen where it's like people, they don't come out and they don't talk about it, or they simply don't have the platform to do so. And it's just like, there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of people they've lost family members to the NHS. They've had things go wrong with their own health to the NHS. The police, they get away with things all the time because nothing is ever dealt with. People don't really see a point in complaining or documenting stuff, which is understandable because it is tiring and very frustrating when nothing is done. But the point is, you need the evidence because you never ever know what's going to happen along the way, especially if it is a very long case, should I say. you just never know what can happen at any time. Do you know what I mean? So it's very key, man. Just have your best interests. Even when it comes to the schools, they're so, I don't know what's going on with the education system, but as I said before, there's only a few teachers that genuinely love their job and that look out for our kids and want to teach our kids. Whereas with everyone else, it's just a check to them. And they have so much, what's the word? Not failures. The teachers sometimes, they take so much liberties, and they have a few policies and things that they don't follow within their schools, and they don't ever do anything about it. No apology, no acknowledgement, no nothing. But when it comes to us as parents, if we do anything wrong, the smallest thing, such as attendance, even though attendance is important, but I'm just saying, such as attendance, you have one late day, you're getting an email, you're getting this, you're getting that. If you take your kids on holiday during the school term, you're getting fined. But they do so many things and we can't find them. Or do you know what I mean? There's so many things that's happening in the schools. Even with I remember I used to do sociology in college, and I was learning about the education system. I can't remember the exact study, but it was just saying that secondary schools, like the education system is becoming more like a business nowadays. Everything is more like a business. From when they turned the secondary schools into academies, it's more with that agenda, if you get what I mean. Like, the uniforms are so expensive, the canteen, everything is just money, the trips, the this, the that. They're just looking for money. Do you know what I mean? Rather than prioritizing our children's learning. So that's that. I feel like it's not just secondary schools, it's also primary schools too. And I just feel like as the years pass, it's just getting worse and worse. Some of them, the schools, they get so much funding, and most of the time, the teachers, they just pocket the money. They don't even use the funding for what it's for, or to the full potential. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like everything is a mess, yeah? And no matter how small a situation may seem, whether it's a conversation you're having with a teacher, a conversation you're having with your doctor who you've known for so much years that you see a lot, whatever the weather, it don't matter who it is, what it's about, keep an email. Even if a phone call does happen, come off the phone and say, "Dear sir/madam," or "dear whoever, whatever their name is, following the conversation we just had, X, Y, and Z." Put whatever you need to put in that email, because nobody can be trusted, respectfully. So I'm going to leave that there. I got a few story times coming in the future about different things, the NHS, everything that you guys wouldn't imagine. So I've got that coming. Stay tuned for that. If this video helped you, please subscribe, like, and share, and pass on to put it on your WhatsApp, social media, share it everywhere so it can help somebody else. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.